friends, we will start with the next part, that is criticism of the law and significance of the law. In the last lecture, we have studied what is law of DMU with its assumption and exceptions. Now, we will, after studying that law, let's see the criticism. Criticism means what? Some demerits are there. Let's discuss it. First is unrealistic assumption. If you remember, there are in the assumption we have studied that there are some assumptions, that is homogeneity. Homogeneity means what? Whatever you are going to consume, size, shape, color should be same. Then habits, likes, it should remain constant throughout the law. These assumptions. One more assumption is there. The consumption should be on continuous basis without gaps, successive units. So these assumptions are unrealistic. Unrealistic means in reality you cannot come across such type of assumptions. So the first criticism is it is based on unrealistic assumption. Next, cardinal measurement. We have already discussed that utility cannot be measured in numbers. In features, we have studied that utility cannot be measured in numbers. We can express it in ordinal form. Ordinal means in word form. But for the sake of proving this law, we have assumed that utility can be measured in numbers. So, it is also wrong to say that utility can be measured in numbers, because we cannot say that after drinking 1 glass of water I got 10 utility. We cannot express it, but for the sake of this law we have assumed this, and this assumption is wrong. Next is indivisible goods. The law is indivisible means what? Which cannot be divided. Or the law is not applicable to indivisible and bulky goods like refrigerator, car. We cannot see, if we purchase first TV, we cannot purchase second, third, fourth. Some goods, bulky goods are there or expensive goods are there. We purchase it once for many years. So it is such, this law is not applicable in case of indivisible and bulky goods. Normally they are purchased in single unit at a time. Next, constant MU of money. Now the law assumes that, in the assumption we have seen that MU of each unit of money remains constant. But remember, MU is different from person to person. So it is influenced by changes in price, stock of money, etc. So our assumption is wrong that MU is constant, MU of money constant. It cannot be constant. It differs from person to person. Last, single bond. In the assumption, we have assumed that he should be utilized, whatever is the law, by proving that law, he should use that product for a single use only. Here, many times what happened, rational consumer try to satisfy many wants at a time. So the law is restricted to the satisfaction of single want at a point of time. However, in reality, a man has to satisfy many wants at a point of time. Next, significance of the law. We have studied this law, we have seen the assumptions, exceptions. Some people have criticized also. Now the next part is significance of the law. Significance means importance of the law. Where we can use this law? See, usefulness to the consumers. Obviously, it is useful to the consumers. In the next part, we will see that relationship between MU and price. Last part of this chapter, that concept will clear you how DMU, how this law is useful in taking decisions. This law creates awareness among the consumer. To obtain maximum utility from the limited resources, it is necessary to diversify the consumption. Whenever next point is government, useful to the government. See, whenever government word comes, it is always associated with the tax. The law is useful to the government in framing various policies such as progressive tax policy, trade policy and pricing policy. Next, basis of paradox of value. We have studied the paradox of value in 11th standard, that is related to value in exchange. Example is value in exchange. Some goods have value in exchange and value in use. Some goods have value in exchange. For example, diamond. Diamond has value in exchange, but it has its value in use. There is no value in use. But water has value in use, but its exchange value is 0. So, the law of DMU helps us to understand the paradox of value. It includes goods that have more value in use and 0 or less value in exchange, such as air, water, sunshine, etc., as well as goods that have more value in exchange and less value in use, such as gold, diamond, etc. To understand this paradox of value, we should know the law of DMU. Last part, basis of law of demand. The law of demand, in the next chapter, we have to study the law of demand in deep. I will just give you the idea about the law of demand. Law of demand says that when the price increases, demand falls, and when price falls, demand rises. There is inverse relationship between price and quantity demanded. The law of demand is based on the law of DMU. To study this law of demand, we have to study the law of DMU. According to law of demand, quantity demanded rises with fall in price and falls with increase in price. When consumer purchases more and more units of goods, its marginal utility steadily declines. He can understand if he is going to purchase more and more units, his margin, we have seen that his marginal utility goes on decreasing. His marginal utility starts falling. So he will buy additional unit only when the price of the commodity is low. So that is basis of law of demand. We have done with the criticisms and significance of the law part. Please write down the points. Thank you.